Hey, students, I hope you're doing well. This week, you have drafted your cause and effect essay. And I've been going through those drafts and I'm seeing some of the same issues. And so I wanted to create this ed puzzle to address some of those overarching problems that I keep seeing. So let's get started here. I met with a student this morning and he had some really good ideas and really the basis of what he wanted to do. And so we took notes together, and I thought I'll just use this as an example to really show you what this cause and effect relationship should look like. So the first thing that you have to do before you ever really get going on this essay is consider your eulogy. What did you want to be remembered for? What were the things that you had in mind for your life goals, your ambitions, your dreams? So I want you to think about one specific goal from that eulogy. Maybe it was going to medical school. Maybe it was to be a compassionate person. Maybe it was to be a really good mother. Whatever that goal is, that is your effect. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this is not many goals. This is one goal. That is your effect. So this particular student I was talking to, his goal was making it to the NBA. That was the effect that he wanted to have on the world. So when we think about the causes and the relationship with that effect, the causes are the actions that you are going to take to get to that effect, which for the purposes of this example would be making it to the NBA. So let's take a look at a thesis statement and what that would look like. In order to make it to the National Basketball Association, and you can see I have this highlighted in yellow because it is an effect, I know I need to be able to work out every single day. There's one. Put myself in the right position to get noticed. There's two. And be a coachable player. There's three. Guys, these are the causes that I have in blue. And you'll see I've got this in blue as well. And they're the actions that are going to get to this effect. So what he's done here is he's given us his goal, and then he's told us how he's going to reach those goals through the causes. Okay. So in essence, what he's saying is, this is my goal, making it to the National Basketball Association. And this is how I'm going to get to that goal, the causes. Okay. So then when we talk about those causes and we break them down into actual body paragraphs and we start talking about topic sentences, what I want you to notice in these examples, these are direct actions. These are not explanations. This is not saying why it's important. This is not showing the effect of what could happen if you do this. These are actions. They're causes to get to that effect. So here's the first one. In order to make it to the NBA, I know I need to work out every single day. That's an action, a cause that gets him to the effect. Some of the explanations he may go into might be lifting weights, hiring a personal trainer, doing specific basketball workouts, running. But again, the important thing here is to see the cause, okay? The action that gets to this effect up here. Second body paragraph. There are many ways that I need to position myself in order to get noticed by an entity as big as the NBA. Okay, here again, this is an action. This is a cause that gets to the effect. And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, I need to know how to be a coachable player to make it to the NBA. Again, this is an action that gets to the effect. Guys, these are the steps. These are the goals, and they don't necessarily have to be in a particular order. But what I want you to see is these are action-based ideas, causes that get to this overarching effect, this goal from his eulogy assignment. So I hope that helps you kind of break it down and understand. Your topic sentences have to be actions, if you're breaking down the causes. And guys, I give you the cause example because that's where most of you are headed. Now, some of you did break down the effects, and that's fine, but keep this in mind. If you're breaking down the effects instead of the causes, they need to be results based. If I make it to the NBA, then this is what will happen. But guys, you cannot intermingle both, okay? That's not the goal of this paper. Choose one or the other. In this case, you see every single one of these are action cause-based topics that get to this effect. And so I show the relationship between the two throughout the essay. Write in first person. Y'all, I cannot say this enough. I've probably typed this on 90% of the essays. Do not use you and your. There's a couple reasons. Number one, you cannot claim what the reader thinks, okay? You can't loop them into your ideas. You can't stake their claim. And the second thing is, you're not teaching someone about this. What you're doing here is you're making a game plan for your own life. You're mapping out why this is so important and how you're going to meet this goal, okay? But when you start saying, to be a compassionate person, you need to do this. In order to have this effect, you need to do this. What you've done is you've taken a paper that's supposed to be about you and you started writing a how-to. So that changes the whole purpose, the whole prompt of the paper. It's a huge, huge mistake. And then finally, this is a 3-page essay, y'all. Many of you are not reaching the page limit because you're not developing enough. Give more example. Spread that example out. Tell me how you're going to do it. If you're talking about being coachable, talk about listening to your coach. What does that look like? What are the types of things that you should say? Okay. Manners. Talk about how do you carry yourself with your coach? What does that relationship look like to give great respect to someone? Explain what you're trying to say. That's how you develop a paragraph. And then just a couple reminders. Your introduction should have a hook, which is an attention grabber, background information. Y'all, what this could entail is, why does this matter to you? Why is it so important? Why should we care? Okay. And then your thesis, which should show me that cause and effect relationship. And then when we think about the body paragraphs, you should have 3 things. Your topic sentence, okay, which in this case, he broke down the causes. They are actions, explanations with those actions, and then a summative sentence. A lot of you are completely neglecting the summative sentence. You're not reiterating the topic. And so you're just abruptly ending the paragraph and jumping into the next idea. And that's a transition, a cohesion, and a paragraph structure error. Okay. And then finally, and I forgot to include this. Okay. Watch your word choice. A lot of you are being repetitive. You're saying the same thing in a different way over and over again. And what that means is you're not going into depth with your explanations. A lot of you are using what I like to call cuss words. Okay. And that's things, this, that, those. Okay. What I want you to do, exchange these words for a tangible. Okay. Tell me what things means. What is that? Instead of saying because of this, tell me what you actually mean. Don't leave the reader guessing. I can't express that enough. You draw them to what you're trying to say. Okay, y'all, let's work hard. You're on your last essay before we do our portfolio. You're doing an awesome job. As always, reach out if you've got questions. I'm always here.